My name is Andrea and I'm the NDP MPP candidate in this area. As I've been going door knocking and visiting with the residents who live in this area, one of the biggest issues that comes up is healthcare. We simply don't have enough services to take care of our improving and growing population. To give us more information about the NDP plan, I'd like to welcome my friend and leader of the official opposition of Ontario, Andrea Horwath.
Thank you so much, Andrea. It's really great to be here in Brampton South, and of course, as Andrea said, she is our candidate for this riding in the upcoming election that's happening in June of next year. And of course, we have some other people joining us as well that I want to introduce. Sarah Singh, the MPP for Brampton Centre, is with us. Gurtan Singh, the MPP for Brampton East, is with us. Kevin Yard, the MPP for Brampton North, is with us, and Najit Kaur, the 2022 candidate for Brampton West, is with us as well. So what a fantastic Brampton team that we have with us this morning. And I'm thrilled to be here to talk about the fact that we do have a plan for Brampton, and it's a plan that Brampton has been wanting and has been promised many times, but after years and years of promises from Liberals, from the Kathleen Wynne and Stephen Del Duca Liberals, and now the same thing's happening with Doug Ford. Brampton is continuing to be ignored or shortchanged by governments again and again and again, and it has to stop. Everybody in Brampton knows how difficult it is to get the timely and appropriate services that you need when you need it. We know that hallway medicine was a huge problem. It is still a huge problem in Brampton. It was a huge problem before COVID-19 hit, and things have become worse and not better. People in Brampton deserve the same level of health care as others around this province are able to get, and it has been a battle that you've been fighting for a very, very long time. And we're proud to be here to let you know that there is a political party that's prepared to actually put their money where their mouth is, or put the provincial money where the government's mouth is, because that hasn't been happening. Disappointing to hear once again that Brampton is going to be shortchanged, and that's just not good enough. I mean, we watched as Kathleen Wynne and Stephen Del Duca's government froze hospital budgets for years, made this crisis here in Brampton even worse than it was before. We know that when the day Brampton Civic opened its doors, it was already over capacity. We know that the promises around Peel Memorial have been broken over and over and over again, including a promise that was made just earlier this year, at the beginning of the year, by Doug Ford, who has now broken that promise. It is not good enough to not continue or to not fulfill the responsibility to bring the healthcare services that Brampton needs. And what does that look like? Well, it looks like turning Brampton Memorial into the full-service hospital that it should be, including ER, right? Including a 24-hour emergency ward, including the extra beds, and bring a third hospital to this community. Unfortunately, that's not what Doug Ford is doing, as we know. He has decided that the 850 beds are no longer on the table, that there will not be a 24-hour operating ER room, or ER ward, that the Memorial expansion, the Brampton Memorial expansion, is not going to be what we need here in Brampton, what you need here in Brampton, and that's just not good enough. So what we have done is what I've done is put together something called a motion in the legislature. And what I'm trying to do, what we're all trying to do, is hold Doug Ford's feet to the fire the way that we tried to do with Kathleen Wynne and the Liberals and Stephen Del Duca. Now, on Wednesday of next week, every MPP in the legislature will have an opportunity to vote yes or no in terms of bringing the necessary hospital and healthcare services to Brampton. So our motion is very clear. It talks about the full change to Brampton Memorial into a full-service hospital with an emergency room, with inpatient beds, proper services, as well as the beginning of a brand new hospital, so that you have Brampton Civic, You would have the actual hospital, full service hospital that you deserve at Brampton Memorial, and then there will be another full service hospital for the community. That's not too much to ask for. It's something that you've deserved for a very long time, and something that I can guarantee you, New Democrats, next year, if we get the chance, we will make good on this promise. Why? Because I've been here. I've talked to people. I've listened to folks. I've paid attention to the anguish, to the frustration, to the worry. I've heard the stories of people that literally won't take their loved one to Brampton Civic because it's overrun with patients. I've toured Brampton Civic a couple of times. It is overrun with patients. People having to choose to take their loved ones to further distances to try to get a quicker chance at being seen in an emergency ward only puts the risk, the health risks, makes the health risks that much greater. That shouldn't be happening. Brampton deserves so much better. So the motion's going to be is tabled, and it's going to be debated next Wednesday, and that will be an opportunity for MPPs from all sides of the legislature to stand up for Brampton. And I know that our MPPs, myself, and our MPPs will be standing up for Brampton. So
I just have one follow-up. Yeah, it was Dr. Naveed Mohammed. This was just a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, he basically said that this second hospital would meet the needs of the city, the current needs of the city anyway.
Well, can I just say it won't? Not what Doug Ford has now decided is going to be one of the things that we know for sure is that people do not have access to timely care in the emergency ward at Brampton Civic, and I've been there a couple of times. I've talked to the leadership there. We've watched, as you mentioned, people wait for hours and hours and hours and hours on end to be seen.